Hey everybody, Tim Digby here from Digby Lock and Tool, and thanks for joining me as we take this first step into the Nameless lock project. In this video, we're going to talk our way through 4 foundational choices and one that's more about the soul of the project. Because this video came out with the initial wave of videos, I'm going to give you all 48 hours to vote on this one. The polls are located on the project page of my website, and the link to that is in the description. Normally these polls will be open for 24 hours, but this one comes with almost no warning, and it's pretty important. Right, here's the first decision. What materials should we use? First up is steel, and it's got a lot of positives. It's strong, dense, and naturally resistant to drilling and brute force. It's an excellent material for tight tolerances and high precision designs. It has a very high resistance to common physical attacks. Its superior strength allows for more compact and more complex internal designs. Some alloys are particularly corrosion resistant, and when you're holding one in your hand, it feels like the real deal. Now some of the downsides. It's harder to machine. It requires more expensive tooling, and that tooling will wear out faster. It also requires coolant. All of these will increase the cost. Steel is more difficult to hand finish or polish cleanly. Its increased weight could increase shipping costs. Some alloys of steel are more expensive than brass. And finally, it's not ideal for rapid prototyping or iterative design work. Moving on to brass, some of the positives. It's the classic choice. There are so many locks that are made out of brass, and for good reason. Brass is especially easy to machine, polish, and modify. It develops a beautiful patina over time, which is a bonus for collectors. Brass is softer than steel, making it ideal for artistic details and decorative finishes. It's a familiar material for pickers and locksmiths, and it's readily available in small quantities. Now some of the negatives. It's softer, so it won't hold up as well to brute force attacks. It's susceptible to wear and galling over time if the tolerances are tight. It may feel too traditional or expected if we're aimed at something new. Now let's talk about aluminum for a second. Here are some of the positives. Aluminum is super easy to machine even with hobbyist tools. It's lightweight and cheap. It allows for fast experimentation and creative shapes. It can look amazing with the right finish, particularly anodizing. It would be great for folks who want to sort of build along or mod their own version. It's very easy to drill, tap, and file for hands-on tweaking. Now some of the negatives. It's much weaker than brass or steel, and it will deform under stress. It has very poor resistance to brute force attacks. It's less durable over time, doesn't carry the same prestige as brass or steel, doesn't feel the same either. And its surfaces will scratch and dent easily without any protective finishes. So here's the vote. Do we use steel, brass, aluminum, a combination? I put all the combinations that make sense into the poll. Next up is format. What shape will our lock take? And what will it be capable of? Do we want to build a real-world usable lock, or something that's more of a showpiece? This isn't just about aesthetics. Format decides how much internal space we get and the sort of experience that we can deliver. Now when you hear format, you might be thinking common cylinder types, like kick, mortise, rim, euro, etc. But that's not actually what I mean. I've broken the formats that I'd like to present to you for vote into 2 sections, stuff that already exists and things that are specific to use case. Focusing more on how the lock will be used rather than a standard that already exists gives us far more flexibility for creative design. So the first format category is stuff that already exists. First up is the padlock. It's classic, portable, and there's plenty of real estate. You can make a padlock any size you like. The next is a deadbolt, your standard front door setup. And by that, I do mean the American front door standard. Next up is the mortise or rear mount. And this isn't the type of mortise that you're probably thinking of. It doesn't have threads and it doesn't screw in. It's literally mortised into the side of a door, which is more typical in older parts of the world. They are fairly compact, but if our elements are mostly flat, there's plenty of space. And there's a lot of design heritage there. If we go with rear mount, then we can add as much room as we want, because it'll just mount on the backside of a door. Next is the cam or panel lock. Its small form factor is quite limiting as far as mechanisms go, but they are neat and they do have their place. The second category we'll run through is all based on function. The first is a training platform, designed to be picked over and over and have variable difficulty based on how many elements you've got removed or installed. Next is the collector's showpiece, something that looks gorgeous, feels premium, and belongs on a shelf. The next one I simply call the monster, something that's so difficult to pick that when you finally do accomplish it, you never pick it up again. It's like a boss fight in lock form. And finally, the container lock, something that secures what it's mounted in and opens the door to layered defenses. So what are you voting on here? Well, a format direction. Do we want to build a lock with a known format or choose a function and then design around it? It's up to you. Decision number 3 is difficulty. So let's talk about how hard it should be to pick. This is sort of where the identity of the lock shows up for a picker. Our first option would be easy, and that's something that is intended to be picked over and over again, that's fun to open, and would be more of a trainer lock or something that you might share with a friend. Our second option is hard, something that's unforgiving, designed for the best of the best. And if you want bragging rights, this is it. Option number 3 is adjustable, something that can evolve. You take out elements and it changes the challenge. This would extend the value of the lock and allow you multiple experiences that are different. So this poll is pretty straightforward. Do you want its difficulty to be easy, or hard, or adjustable? Decision number 4 is about the lock's resistance to attacks. This is all about how it holds up to the pressure. And not just from picks, but drills, saws, heat, whatever people want to throw at it. Option 1 is picking complexity, where the mechanism is all that matters, and we don't really care about what a saw or a hammer would do to it. Option 2 is physical resistance. This is where we would armor it up, add drill protection, and find ways to foil physical attacks. Option number 3 is balance, where we split our focus between the mechanism and how shielded that mechanism is. A quick note on resistance to attacks. Whatever we come up with will be resistant to common attacks like combing, bumping, raking, electronic pick guns, and shimming. We're not going to leave such gaping flaws in this lock, I promise you that much. So the poll question for this one is, should our lock have picking resistance, physical resistance, or a balance of both? Decision number 5 is the project name, and this is the last one for today. So let's name it. So far I've been calling it the Nameless Lock Project, and that works as a placeholder, but it needs a real name. We're not going to name the lock just yet. That comes later, once we know more about what it's like. Right now we're naming the process, the event, the story. I would really appreciate it if you would put your name suggestions in the comments of this video. I'll collect them all up, make a short list, and we'll vote during the first live stream on Twitch. They can be funny, serious, weird, poetic. It's all fair game, but just know if it's inappropriate, I'll throw it out, and I'm not going to present that to be voted on. I think the funniest one I've heard so far was from a guy I was talking to about the project. He said, you should name it Daniel. That's my favorite submission so far, but I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. So there it is. We got 5 big decisions to make: material, format, difficulty, resistances, and a name. Your votes today lay the foundation for everything that follows. So take some time with it. Think it through. Really consider what you are weighing against each other in these choices, and, look forward into the future a little bit and think, what would I need to vote for now to see the sort of mechanism that I'm dreaming up, and then vote for it. These polls are open now, and they'll close 48 hours after this video goes live. So get over there and vote, and that way, when it closes, I'll still have enough time, and some of you creative types will also have the same amount of time to sit down, brainstorm, draw, design, maybe do some 3D modeling before the live stream. And if you've got any questions or opinions or strong feelings about how the decisions were laid out in this video, leave that in the comments too. I'm reading all of it. I hope to see you all live on Twitch next Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern, where we'll lock in all these votes and start building what you chose. Let's make some Locksport history. Huge shout out to both Granny and Jimmy Longs for helping out before we even got started. It's incredible, guys. Thank you.